What's up, you guys? It's your girl, Miss LA. Thank you so much for joining our channel, The LA Experience, where I'm always dropping knowledge. All right, so today's topic I want to talk about 3 hairstyles that actually causes damage to the hair that you may not be aware of. The type of damage that I want to talk about today is dealing with alopecia, okay? And this particular alopecia or hair loss, for some of you who don't know, alopecia is another name for hair loss, okay? So when it comes to that, I want to talk about traction alopecia. Traction alopecia deals with hairstyles that are tight on the head, which causes the hair to be pulled tight and can cause hair loss or damage or traction alopecia. All right, so let's get into it. So the first one I want to talk about deals with wearing buns. When it comes to wearing a bun, let's talk about what a bun is. All right, so a lot of us, when we think of a bun, I'm gonna speak for me. When I think of a bun, remember back in the day when they used to wear those little donuts? You know, you wear it at the top of your head or you wear it in the back of your head. Well, we're not talking about that one. Not quite. Kind of, but not really. And I'm gonna tell you how we're gonna be talking about that one here in a second. So the bun I'm talking about is, yeah, you'll hear people talk about the man bun. So this is for a man or a woman, okay? And you got hair of length and you tend to pull that hair back. So with a bun, it's that, when I think of it, it's the hairstyle that, I will say my in-between hairstyle. It's my today I'm off hairstyle. It's my I got a hair appointment tomorrow hairstyle. I'm working out in the gym hairstyle. It's one of those hairstyles. So you pull it all back, you put it in a ponytail, and then what happens is you pull all the hair almost all the way through, and then it kind of sits there and kind of sits on the back of the head. So the whole ponytail itself is not hanging out of the scrunchie or the rubber band, but you still got it kind of balled up, and that's why they call it a bun. All right, so it's a few things happening to the hair and to the hair that's damaging by wearing this on a constant basis, okay? Now, I'm not saying if you wear this sometimes and, you know, I go to the gym and I work out for an hour, it's not causing damage. So how it causes damage is when we're doing it all the time. So I want us to pay attention to a few things, and my people who've been in school, hair school, barber, cosmetology, these words you'll probably recognize, and for my people who haven't, now we're going to learn some new terminology. All right, so if you pay attention to my hair, you see how my hair grows forward? What you guys probably don't know is our hair has certain growth patterns. All of us are different. So I am not going to say, hey, the hair is the same with everyone. It's not. So my hair grows to the side here, but right here it grows down. Okay? Most of you probably never paid attention to that with your hair, but it has its own natural growth pattern. Another way hair grows, it can grow in a circle. In school, we learned it as a whirl, but in some shops or salons, people call it a swirl, okay? So the hair can grow in a circular pattern. So with that being said, and hair can grow back as well. So with that being said, so let's picture it right now. I'm pulling that hair back. Remember, my growth pattern is to the front, okay? My hair is to the front. So if I pull all this hair back all the time, what's actually happening right now is I'm pulling this hair against the direction that it grows. When you are pulling hair against the direction that it grows, it can cause constant tension in that area. So if this hair grows down and I keep pulling it up in a bun, this hair grows down, I keep pulling it up, this hair forward and I keep pulling it back, what it does, the hair is made to grow this way, it will cause thinning in those areas, which can cause that traction alopecia. Okay, remember, traction alopecia is another term for hair loss, another form of hair loss, because there are several forms. I want y'all to know that it's not just one, it's several. And it will constant tension of pulling that hair back up to the side, whatever you're doing, it can cause tension in that area, which will cause that area to thin out. And eventually, if we keep doing it every single day, you'll start to see those areas get lighter and lighter or thinner and thinner. All right? So what's the solution to that? Try not to do it as often, okay? I know it sounds simple as it can be, but that is the answer to it. Now, am I saying I take a shower, LA. I go to the gym and I pull it up every single day. I'm not talking about that type of pulling it up in a bun. I'm talking about you wake up, it's in a bun. You go to work, it's in a bun. You work out, it's in a bun. 10, 15 days in a row, you just constantly pulling it back, pulling, and it's for hours and hours, and pretty much every day it's your hairstyle. Let's just say that. It's your hairstyle forever, every day. That can cause traction alopecia. So the main thing I would suggest is try not to have it pulled back. Remember, if your growth pattern like mine is to the front, you gotta let this breathe. You gotta let it grow and go in the direction it's supposed to. So how do I solve that, LA, if I wear it every single day to the back? Well, what you would do is, if I got it pulled back right now in a ponytail, when I get home, because you guys are at home, so no one's going to see you at home but your spouse or yourself or your pets, if you have pets or children. So they should be used to you any type of way with your hair. Let it loose. Let it free. Let it go, okay? So let that hair go, because what we don't want to do is keep doing constant pressure. Look at it like that. Traction is dealing with pressure and tension. So try not to do too much traction or tension in that area, okay? Relieve it. As soon as you get home, come up with a different hairstyle. Does that mean go into weaves because I don't want to, I don't want to wear my own hair? No, just let it free. Let it breathe, okay? That's the main key to that one, okay? Figure out a way when I get home, kind of like when you come home and you get out of your clothes. Take what am I trying to say, you guys? Take that scrunchie off, or switch scrunchies, okay? Just like we have you guys sleep on a satin or a silk pillowcase, same thing. Switch that scrunchie to one that won't damage. Also, what I didn't say is not only does it cause tension around the borders, whether I'm pulling it up, whether I'm pulling it back, what it also does is when we have it in the bun, because all of the hair is not all the way hanging out of the bun or the scrunchie, what's happening is you're damaging your ends. We will learn here at a later date how the hair splits from the ends up. Most of us think that from the new growth down is how our hair breaks, but it actually breaks from the bottom up. So when we keep pulling it back in that bun, if a lot of you guys got those frizzy ends, you will notice that those ends tend to be very fried on those ends, okay? So with that being said, that's the first one I want to talk about. So that kind of leads into the next one, which is tight ponytails, okay? So again, that pull back into the bun can lead into a ponytail, right? Because now what happens, I've seen, is people take that pull back of the bun, and then now we're adding a bunch of products on it. We got the edge control. We got the freeze spray that you guys are putting on there. The got to be, you putting that on. That's like everyone's favorite one. For my old schools who doing the pump it ups and any aerosol sprays. So now what we doing, remember the first thing we said, just pulling it back against the direction that it grows is already causing tension. Now we're putting a whole bunch of products on it, which is blocking those hair follicles, you guys, and stunning the growth that's there as well. And that makes us pull it even tighter. You know why? Because now we want it smooth. So pulling those hairstyles, those tight hairstyles back, putting a whole lot of products on it can cause that hair to thin out, which is causing hair loss, okay, and causing tension because of the constant pulling. So if you look at my hair, right here on the edge, we have really fine hair sometimes. A lot of us, we don't think so because we're like, I have a lot of hair. It's coarse, it's dense. It's great. However, sometimes on the edges of any of our hair, if you pull all of that thick hair back, you guys, and you look at the borders of your hairline, we all have really thin baby hair right there. So any constant pulling and pulling that back, putting constant pressure on that area, that's why a lot of you guys probably notice, why does my hair only break out around the edges? Because that's our most fragile area, Okay, so we got to take care of that. Remember, it's called baby hair for a reason. Baby hair, I want you to treat that baby hair just like a baby. You got to be gentle with the baby, okay? You got to be kind to the baby, okay? You have to nurture the baby. So this is our baby area, okay? A lot of us can relate to baby hair. So we want to make sure that we're being very kind and fragile to that area, okay? All right, so how, LA, do I avoid this? You know, I don't like wearing my own hair, or I don't want to have puffy hair. How do I not put a whole bunch of products on there? I know it sounds simple, but we don't put a lot of products. There's other hairsprays out there, you guys. If you have to put products on there, you don't have to do got to be everything. You don't have to freeze spray everything, okay? Back when we used to do hair, we just used the traditional eco style gel, and guess what, it may have gotten a little hard, but it wasn't too crunchy. Like a lot of stuff that most people are wearing today is so hard and crunchy that, again, blocking hair follicles. Okay, so if we block a hair follicle, how can it breathe? How can it grow, right? A lot of this stuff, I touch people's hair, is so hard like a rock. So when that comes off of the hair, you can't help but it's gonna break that section, okay? So same as your bun, you want to in between styles, let it breathe, okay? So let's pretend that I have a ponytail up right now. And I'm not telling y'all don't get these styles, so please don't think that's what I'm saying. I'm not. I want you to have these styles. I want you to feel beautiful. I want you to, to feel great. But what I don't want to happen for you guys is at one moment we're feeling beautiful, and then at the next moment now we're embarrassed, okay? Because now we don't have any edges. And if we pay attention, a lot of people have missing edges, and it's because of wearing these styles too long, okay? So in between those styles, let's say I have a hair appointment this week and it's on Friday and today is Monday, but I already have the ponytail up from the last time. Maybe 2 or 3 days prior to that appointment, if you can, okay? Pull that hairstyle down, shampoo the hair. If it's not hard, massage that area, you guys. We need to bring blood flow to those hair follicles. And you got to think about it. We're not bringing blood flow if we keep pulling it back and it stays back there and nothing is happening to the scalp at all. So we got to let it breathe. How I like to explain about hair follicles and growth is I like to talk about a flower. If a flower is growing from the ground, when we water it with water, okay, we're nurturing it and we're promoting the growth of that flower from the roots up. That's the same when it comes to our hair growth. Now, if that flower is blocked by some type of concrete or is blocked by some kind of something is on top of that flower, which would be those got to be sprays, it would be those hard products that we're putting on there, how can that flower possibly break through the ground? It can't. So in order for it to happen, let's say it is concrete or something on top of it, we have to have it removed so that flower can come through the ground and sprout out like it's supposed to. That's what's happening to a lot of our edges. It's not having any growth. It's not having a place to breathe, okay? So we gotta let it do it. All right, so here's my absolute last one for now, okay? So the last one for now, we'll probably talk about more, but let's talk about braids. I left this one for last on purpose because many people wear braids, okay? And I understand the purpose of you guys wearing braids. I just recently myself, I'm a tender-headed person, okay? Most of you don't know I'm natural at the top, and I cannot get my hair braided. I am the most tender-headed person you ever met in life. However, here recently I just learned how to braid my own hair, and I've done it twice now. I had a surgery, so I had to, I couldn't, look crazy like everybody else in the hospital. And so I taught myself, how to braid my own hair. Now, with that being said, I was like, oh, I get it. Why people wear braids. It's convenient. Again, I'm tender-headed, so it was convenient for a moment. But after a while, I started hurting because, oh my God, I am like worse than a child with tender-headedness. But With braids, I got it. I was like, oh, okay, I see why people wear this. But here's the problem. Convenience doesn't always give you the results that you think you're going to get. How many of you guys out there are wearing braids and then all of this is missing? Or now where it started here, your braids started here, now it's back here. I literally was out one day and I saw a girl, her braids were down to her butt, and they were the biggest braids I ever seen in life, and all of her hair, and I'm not making this up, my husband can confirm, it was back here. And my question was, why does she keep getting them? If she seeded it, probably started here one day, and then now they're back here, and I'm not sure why we don't understand, you guys, why one day it's going to end up back here. It's doing that again because of the pressure and the weight. Remember, traction alopecia is about tight hairstyles. When it comes to braids, we got a few things happening. Not only do we have tight, because remember, they snatching it real tight to get it on there, right? To get it to that new growth, to that root. But not only that, but the weight. Okay? Remember, I just said we got baby hair around the edges. Right? So if we got baby hair on the edges, should I be getting jumbo braids on the edges? Probably not. So that's what that girl had. They were really big braids, not big parts. They were little parts, but big braids. So can you imagine on those borders where her hair is very fine, it's just snapping that hair off every time she gets them done. And remember the weight of it to her butt. All the way around here. I mean, the whole head was done, but I'm just saying about that pressure. Our finest hair is around the border. If you don't believe me, pay attention to your own head. Touch the middle, see how thick. Touch another section, see how thick. Now only pull out a little bit of these edges and feel how fine that hair is. I don't care how coarse your hair is. There are less hairs a lot of times around the border. Okay? I'm not saying it's not possible for people to have the same amount of hair all over. But from my experience of 30 years, most people's finest area or thinnest area is around the border. So when it comes to braids, I see that a lot. And I get it. We wearing this for convenience. Now what's happening that I see happen, because now your hair is coming out, you guys feel like, well, and a young lady just shared this story with me the other day. She wears braids and she have them braided forward to cover her bald spots that are here. Okay, let's talk about how the bald spots started in the first place. So it actually started, you guys, from pulling the hair. Remember we learned in the beginning, sometimes it's from pulling this hair against the way it grows. Most braids, if y'all think about it, how do they do your braids? The braids go down, right? Y'all see my hair? It goes forward. So if they're braiding my hair all the time down, it's always constantly going against the way my hair grows. And when it goes against the way the hair grows, it's already causing tension and pressure, already taking it in the way that it's not supposed to grow. Now, am I saying that I'm supposed to have braids going forward? No, I'm not. But what I'm saying is we cannot do it all the time. And then you're like, well, Miss LA, what am I supposed to do? I can't go out the house natural. I can't. There's a lot of natural options. And I'm going to share that in another video. I want to tell y'all there are so many other options out there, you guys, that y'all probably don't even know about. So you know me, I'm going to drop knowledge and I'm going to teach you all about it. So be looking for that video. I'm going to show you other options for natural hair that you probably didn't even know was out there. Okay? And Brazilian blowout, you guys probably can see it right there. That's one of the options, and I'm going to talk to you about it here soon. But with those braids, the constant pulling that hair against the way it grows, okay? Then you got to remember, if I got braids here, let's say they do make them go forward and they drop. If I keep myself pulling them back, or if I keep pulling them up again with all of that weight, it's just constantly, remember we said with baby hair, let's treat it like a baby. Let's nurture it, take care of it. We have to be soft with it. A lot of us are not soft. We know that. We're just yanking hair back. We're just pulling it up because it's just convenient. But what's happening for you guys, and I'm seeing it every single day. I deal with alopecia clients every day. Hair is missing. And you're like, what are my other options? After a while, you guys, there's only a few options at that time. Right now, we got this many options. When all of this comes off, we may only now have this many options. So the whole point of me educating you is to help us prevent that, and there are ways to grow that hair back. So I do want you to know that. So don't think it's a lost cause. You can grow that hair back. So again, braids going against the way my hair growing, the weight of it all. If you already, you guys, seeing your hair moving back, this is a time right now that you need to give it a person like me. Again, I'm a hair specialist. I'm located in Plano, Texas, and I actually help people grow their hair back also, right? So I'm not saying don't get these hairstyles, but in between these hairstyles, you guys, you need to get some type of growth treatment. Find specialists like myself who can help you grow your hair back while you're getting those braids, okay? We can help you get it back if that hair allows. Now, let me tell you, if you guys keep wearing these braids, LA is convenient, I don't want to comb my hair. Listen, at the end of the day, when a person sees you, what is the first thing that they see? They see our face, they see our hair. If we don't have any hair, you're going to constantly have to wear hair forever. And that's not what we want for you guys, okay? So, again, the weight of it, the pull of it, because y'all know, y'all going to these people, they snatching it up. I've seen videos where people's scalps are red. I've seen people taking medicine because it's so tight. I've even seen scars on the scalp. Let me tell you, no hairstyle in the world for convenience, people, is worth all of that damage to the scalp. You're scarring the scalp. And then what it can happen, and y'all don't want to hear this, is now you can have permanent hair damage. When you started with the braids, we didn't have permanent hair damage, but because I'm constantly wearing these braids, now I have permanent hair damage. And a lot of my clients, that's what it was from. And I love the fact that they know that. I wore braids LA for 5-10 years, no break in between, and I know those braids took my hair out. Don't let that be you. So what's the solution? What's the solution? Okay. Another thing too that y'all probably don't know is that Kanekalon hair, because y'all it is fake hair that's in there. Just because those little curly pieces are human hair, the other braid hair is not human hair. Okay. Just in case y'all didn't know that. This Kanekalon hair. And I remember when I used to braid back in the day, that hair would cut our fingers. Ooh, that's why I stopped doing braids. Is after years, you know, I'm not young anymore. It would cut my fingers. So think about what I just said. If it's cutting my fingers, what do you think it's doing to your hair? It's cutting it. So again, I'm not saying don't wear braids, but just give it a break in between. Okay? Figure out another hairstyle. I know a lot of you guys don't want to wear wigs, but they have braid wigs now. Okay? Get you a braid wig temporarily so you can let that scalp breathe. Get you some hair growth treatments from people like myself. I'm a hair specialist and I do offer hair growth treatments for my clients, okay? And if you need a consultation, reach out to me. I'll have my information below so you guys can reach our website. And I do virtual consultations. I'll be more than happy to look at your scalp and I can tell you some hair care things that you can do at home and products you can use that can help you wherever you live. It doesn't matter. You don't have to be here in Plano, Texas, okay? But, so, we know the pulling from the braids, okay? The weight of the braids, because some of you girls, oh my God. Can you imagine a thin hair like me who got big jumbo braids? All of this is snapping off. I don't care how healthy my hair started. If I keep doing that same style, you guys, it has no choice but to fall out. And that's exactly what's going to happen. So you guys are experiencing that. A lot of times I know we think sometimes it could be medical, which it could be. However, if you started with braids forward and now they're back here, it's probably not medical. It's probably due to traction alopecia, having too tight a style. So again, scenario, y'all know me. I got a hair appointment, braids on Friday. Today is Monday. Take those things down. I know y'all, try to be, I don't want to take them down LA. Get some people to help you. If you got kids, your husband at home, have them to help you take those things down. And then also what you guys can do too when you have those braids, I want y'all to start massaging the scalp, okay? I'm going to have a 7-day hair growth challenge coming up soon. And with this 7-day hair growth challenge, there are certain products I want you to use. Yes, you're going to use the LAX Hair Journey products, which is our products. They are proven to work, okay? My hair right now, what a lot of y'all don't know, probably about a month ago, I had to cut my hair to about this short because I did some crazy stuff with my hair that I shouldn't have. But in this amount of time, this is how much my hair has grown. And it literally, I promise, this front was probably this short. And this is probably like about 3 to 4 weeks worth of growth. So with these products, and I have, proven from my clients as well, these products will help you. So people with braids, I have some solutions for you. So the LAX Hair Journey products, I will show you how to use our leave-in conditioner and our hair growth oil. And what we'll be doing is we'll be massaging it into those braids. You will not mess up your braids, I promise. You're going to oil that scalp 2 to 3 times a week, and then I'm going to have you guys massage it in there. Now, again, it's Monday. My appointment is on Friday. 2 or 3 of them days out of the week, you guys try to let that scalp breathe in between and do a good shampoo, whether that person shampoos you or not. Shampoo it yourself so you can get those products and open up those follicles, create that blood circulation in between those braids, okay? So there's ways that we can do that. All right, so that would probably be my best solution for that. Find alternatives in between. If you got to wear a wig, perfect. If you have a job that allows you to wear a hat or a scarf or something like that, please do that. Just, you got to let it breathe. You're going to hear me say this whole time. The scalp has to breathe, okay? And find specialists like myself to get hair growth treatments. There's not many of us out there, okay? But I am here in Plano, Texas, and I can help you in between do treatments. So let's say, again, your braids on Friday, it's Monday. On a Tuesday or Wednesday, come see me, okay? Take the braids down, come see me. We'll do a hair growth treatment, get that scalp stimulated, everything open up, get all those products in there. So now when you go get those braids, you guys, underneath the braids, the scalp is ready to receive what it's going to receive. The main thing for me, for you guys, pay attention to your edges. You will see if those edges are thin or not, okay? And if you see that they're thin, ask that braider to braid lighter on the edges. Don't be afraid to talk, you guys. You guys are spending money. So tell them, hey, I noticed that my edges are very fragile. Is there any way that we could do less hair on this? Because there's a way, if they true artists, they should be able to camouflage where this is maybe a little bit thinner of hair than this braid, but it still looks the same to the naked eye. If they know how to do that. Some people can, to where you cannot tell that this edge area has less hair than the ones behind it. Only a true artist would know how to do that. So ask them if they can do it. Some of them can, some of them can't. Don't be afraid to ask questions. All right, so we learned about 3 different types of hair loss, dealing with, styles that cause hair loss. And the type of hair loss that we learned today was, see if you remember, you guessed it, traction alopecia. Traction alopecia is another term for saying I'm wearing tight hairstyles, okay? So hopefully I have shed light for you guys on what those hairstyles are, and hopefully I've shed light also on some solutions that can help you guys with that as well, all right? If you have any questions, like I said, our information is below. You guys can always reach out to me. I'm always here for you. And as always, I'm dropping knowledge. Thank you guys for joining me. Please like and subscribe to our channel. And I look forward to seeing you in our next educational video.